With the COVID-19 pandemic still at large, everything is at a standstill as days turn into months of uncertainty. Filipinos throughout the country struggle to keep themselves afloat. In these trying times, we are called to come together as one, to thrive amidst the challenges that we face. Malayan College's Laguna is steadfast in its efforts to continue surpassing the limits brought about by the situation, dedicating ourselves anew to provide a safe learning environment that would transform our students into globally competitive professionals, even in the most trying of times. Malayan College's Laguna, lighting the way to surpassing the new normal.
Good morning to the students of Malayan Colleges Laguna Amapua School. This is CyberTalks, an online meeting series on academic and student services. So we're here at Malayan Colleges Laguna, and CyberTalks is our way to talk to our current students. So welcome po sa CyberTalks for July 30, 2020. This is our second series. We already started this last July 28. So I am Professor James Ronald Messina. I'm here to represent the Registrars Office and to talk about the academic services that our current students would want to avail, or baka meron dyan mga katanungan about the enrollment for the first term of academic year 2020-2021. So I think yesterday we posted in our website and in our Facebook page the revised guidelines for first-term enrollment. And the reason why we are talking to our current students to the CyberTalks is because we want to discuss these procedures under the new normal. Meron tayong mga konting adjustments on the enrollment. We are doing it through the remote enrollment system. And I do want to request our current students for understanding and cooperation in the process so that we can go along with the first term enrollment. So I am here with Mr. Christian Valor Santos of the Student Affairs Office, and later Professor Angelito Platino will be joining us for CyberTalks. So if you have concerns, please feel free to type in your questions in the live event Q&A para masagot natin yan live, and we can clarify the issues and concerns that you would like to raise. So I'm seeing some questions already about the scholarship validation for voucher. I guess senior high school ito, wala pa po akong nare-receive na email. Sino po kayang pwedeng i-contact? So please contact the Student Affairs Office, and they will be attending to your concerns on validation and scholarship. We have set a deadline which is August 1. So for our senior high school students, mababalidate yung inyong SHS voucher through the Student Affairs Office. So please email Ms. Edelweiss Armando of the Student Affairs Office for concerns about scholarship validation. Yeah, so just wanted to know po the clearance for graduation. What do we need to do and what do we need to pass? Okay, para madali tayo, I understand that we have a group of graduating students who are tuned with us today for the CyberTalks. We are talking here of two batch of graduates, those who have been declared as graduates for the second term of academic year 2019-2020, and those belonging to the third term of AY 2019-2020. Yung second term, we have already declared them last June, and you can actually ask your program chairs kung kasama ba kayo dun sa na-confirm for graduation, and whatever the program chair states is considered to be an official announcement. Hindi tayo nagbibigay kasi ng listahan of graduates because as per policy, hindi yan pwedeng i-post. So, total yung mga colleges naman ang nag-present niyan sa Academic Council. Obviously, they know who are the graduates for that particular term. For third term, 2019-2020, we will be having the declaration of graduates this coming August 6. So after August 6, again, you can ask your program chair if you are included in the list already. But definitely, kung ayaw nyo namang magtanong pa sa program chair, baka nahihiya kayo, malalaman nyo yan sa 1MCL kasi kung 0 units na kayo, hindi nyo na kailangan mag-consult. So obviously, you are part of the Academic Council Declaration of Graduates for this particular term. So, I think the students are asking about the clearance process. In the regular procedure, kayo ang pupunta rito, bibigyan kayo ng clearance form, and you will be routing the clearance form to the different offices. But obviously, we do not want that to happen for this particular time. That's why what we are going to do is that we will be facilitating the clearance process of the graduating students. We will be the one. The Registrars Office will be routing the list to the respective offices so that you can be cleared by the different offices. Ngayon, ang payo ko sa mga estudyante para bumilis din at hindi natin lagi nagiging rason na hindi ko alam na may ganito, may ganyan, please open your 1MCL because you will already know through 1MCL kung meron kayong financial accountabilities. Kung meron kayong mga breakage or meron kayong mga pending cases sa Instructional Facilities Office, sa laboratories, alam nyo din naman yan. Kung may pending case kayo sa Student Affairs Office, alam nyo din naman yan kasi ini-issuean kayo ng summon. So, definitely, hindi rason na hindi nyo alam ba't hindi kayo makiklear, di ba? So, check your 1MCL for finance-related accountabilities. And basically, those are the key offices na kailangan for clearance. But, just to tweak the procedure, the Registrar's Office will be the one to send the list of students to the offices so that they can give the clearance. We are starting already the clearance for those who have been declared as second-term graduates. So, umiikot na yung clearance ninyo. Anong mangyayari ngayon? We will be notifying you if you are cleared or if you have accountabilities. So, pakihintay lang yung notification from the Registrar's Office. Ngayon, let me say this clearly to everybody. Hindi po hadlang yung clearance para sabihin ninyo na hindi kami makapaghanap ng trabaho dahil hindi kami nakakakuha ng Transcript of Records. Hindi ako nakakakuha ng Certificate of Graduation. Kung kayo ay declared graduate na, we can immediately issue the Certificate of Graduation. If you have pending issues, hindi pa kayo na-declare, we can issue Certificate of Candidacy for Graduation. We can issue the Transcript of Records right away, basta kayo ay 0 units na. So, hindi po hadlang yung declaration ng Academic Council for you to get the documents and eventually join the workforce. Yung graduates ng Mapua PTC CMET, those taking MT and MARE, doon lang tayo medyo merong konting delay. And let me use the CyberTalks to reach out to our graduates and also to ask for your apology and understanding that we have encountered a lot of delays in the processing of your special order, which will be part of your Transcript of Records. Required kasi sa Transcript of Records ng MARE at saka ng MT yung special order, which comes from the Commission on higher education. And for the December 2019 graduates, as early as January, we have submitted all your documents. Alam niyo naman yon, yung transcript of records ninyo, yung libro, yung training manual, the book that you are submitting to the CMET, lahat yung requirements for special order. Nasubmit na siya noong January. Unfortunately, hanggang ngayon, hindi pa lumalabas yung dokumento from the CHED Regional Office dahil inabutan ng lockdown. So we have been doing a lot of follow-ups already since April, but hindi pa umuusad yung documentation. So again, we are requesting for the understanding of our stakeholders because this is beyond our control. Last week, we called CHED again, but we were emailed an advisory from the Commission on Higher Education that their offices will be closed because of the may mga ibang empleyado na nag-COVID-19 positive. So yun yung mga bagay, mga reasons na beyond our control that in as much as we would like to issue the transcript of records for our CMET graduates, medyo hindi namin siya magawa ngayon. Pwede ba kami magpa-issue ng special order at magpa-issue ng TOR? Yes, pero walang SO for Marine and MT. Hindi ko lang alam kung paano yon ma-appreciate ng mga manning agencies. But for the other colleges, for the graduates of the other programs, you can easily request for the transcript of records. Bakit? We are an autonomous institution, and one of the privileges of autonomous institutions is that a special order number is not required for our transcript of records, except again for marine transportation and marine engineering. Okay? So, yun, nasagot ko na yung clearance for graduating students. Yan. When will the list of graduates be posted? Again, we are not posting the list of graduates, but you can always ask the program chair if your name has been included in the approved declaration of graduates. Ask ko lang po yung nag-enroll sa site. Enroll na po ba yon? Kasi wala pa po ako natatanggap na email ng MCL. Again, the CyberTalks is for current students. And we are not yet enrolling current students. Para malinaw, sino ba yung current at saka yung new students? Ang new students, yung incoming grade 11 at incoming college na hindi sa MCL na grade 12. Sila yung mga ang new students ay incoming grade 11 at incoming incoming college na hindi graduate ng senior high school. Ang current students ay yung mga incoming second year, incoming third year, fourth year, o yung mga irregular na first year who have been at MCL for the past 1 or 2 terms. So, CyberTalks is for old students basically. Ayoko lang kayo tawaging old. Kaya I use the term current students. So, ito pong nagtatanong na ito na nag-enroll sa site ninyo, baka po ito ay new student. So, definitely po, medyo naligaw po kayo ng forum because the forum for you is the viewpoints. But to answer the concern, you are not actually enrolling in the MCL website. You are just submitting documents to the Blackboard Learn. And kung kayo po ay, obviously yung tanong po ay hindi pa nakakaabot dun sa submission of documents. Kasi ang sabi niya ay nag-enroll sa site ninyo. That's only online admissions and online applications. I'm asking the team if we can reply with the guidelines so that you can follow the procedures for remote enrollment. Gusto ko lang pong itanong, pwede po bang makuha yung refund about the third semester or third trimester? Kasi sa pagkakaalam ko po, may refund po, gawa naman po ng walang naganap na face-to-face class. Matagal na po itong nalinaw. Nagkaroon na po tayo ng 5 or 6 na stakeholders forum last June at nilatag po doon lahat ng options ng mga estudyante at yung amount ng refund na makukuha depending on the performance of the students during the online classes. So we are posting here the email of the Treasury Office if you have concerns about the refund. What would be the process to complete an INC grade last second term? Wala pong nabago sa proseso maliban sa submission of documents through email. So ano po ang first step? Kausapin po yung teacher na nagbigay ng INC and they will be assisting you on the process on how you can complete the requirements and to submit the documents for grade completion. Okay? So, again, good morning. This is CyberTalks for July 30, 2020. So, join me in welcoming the Director of the Student Affairs Office, and he will be presenting some items on scholarship and financial assistance, which we are overwhelmed with several questions already about academic achievement incentive and scholarship validation. So, let us welcome Professor Angelito Platino. Virtual clap for Sir Lito.
Sir James has made me a part once again of our edition today of CyberTalks. And very recently, the Student Affairs Office has issued an advisory, on scholarships, mentioning that the Student Affairs Office will be sending email notifications, to all our students, all our concerned students who may be qualified or who are qualified to the different categories of scholarships and financial assistance that are listed, in the announcement. And many of the questions that were being raised before we issued this are already addressed by this advisory. So, with that, ang aking siguro maibubungkahi sa ating mga estudyante na naghihintay ng balita tungkol sa academic scholarship for college and academic achievement incentive for senior high school, ay maging properly guided tayo nitong advisory. Just this morning, we have already a deliberation as to the list. And this afternoon, we will be starting to send email notifications for the Senior High School Academic Achievement Incentive. Today is July 30. So tama-tama, July 30, this afternoon, we'll be starting to send our grantees for the first term of the Senior High School Academic Achievement Incentive. Now, let me clarify one thing. This term, ang lowest na po pwedeng maging Academic Achievement Incentive grantee na TWA is 88, no? So if you were able to get that TWA last third term, you don't have an IP and the like, you may be qualified. Of course, you have to be part of the top 10%, and you should not have any disciplinary actions given on you due to major offenses. So if you think that your grade or your TWA will qualify you, then just pray hard, no? Kasi medyo competitive ang ating third term this school year or this school year nga na mag-end na. Very competitive, matataas ang grade na nakuha ng mga students natin in the different strands. Now, as for our college scholarship, we will be releasing by August 1. We will start to email those who are qualified for academic scholarship starting August 1. So, wag niyo tayo mag-email or mag-send ng private message sa SAU page inquiring kung kayo ay kasama o hindi, because in the first place, nitong mga recent days na kayo nag-i-inquire, siya po ay pine-prepare pa lang, and then i-deliberate po yan, and then finally i-approve siya. So, but expect come August 1, if you feel that you can make it, then hopefully no, makatanggap kayo ng email notification. And if you don't receive an email notification on that day or probably up to 2 or 3 days later, and you really feel so strongly that you may have qualified, then simply email the Student Affairs Office. You can email me, Mr. Angelito Platino, no, and Edelweiss O. Armando, who is our scholarship coordinator, because she also will have the list with her. So, paano ba ang procedure natin? Oh, by the way, lalahatin ko na, no? Starting today, actually, we've already started sending email notification for the SHS DepEd voucher. Kasi ito naman ay nire-renew lang. So, what we have done is we sent you an email notification wherein there is an MS form na scholarship validation that you will have to accomplish, and then you just have to submit it, and then pagdating na sa amin nun, mabavalidate na kayo so that when you get to enroll, madi-discount na kagad sa inyo yung inyong DepEd voucher. Same is true with the YGC promotional discount, Ayala Corporation promotional discount, the MCL study aid. We have already emailed, no, yung mga students natin na sa record namin ay regularly nakaka-avail nito. Now, eto ngayon ang point. If you suddenly realize na ang parent mo pala ay nagtatrabaho in a YGC company, no? Then by all means, you can inquire with us, and if we find na yung company na pinagtatrabahuhan ng inyong parent ay kasama sa mga companies, no, under the YGC group and the Ayala Corporation group, then we will give you the forms that your parents will have to accomplish with the HR management office of their respective companies. All right? Na dapat i-maintain. For the senior high school, it's 90 na PWA, and for college, it's 1.75. So if you're okay with that, then you will receive an email notification. Now, if you don't receive an email notification, you check your live account. Baka ang inyong tinitingnan ay yung non-live account ninyo. Yung live account ang ating ginagamit, no? Kasi we are trying to maintain privacy ng data nating lahat, no? By the way, that's also the reason why we don't issue anymore, na-mention natin Sir James Aino kanina, we don't issue anymore the list of those who qualify for certain scholarships. Kasi may data privacy concerns dyan, no? We don't want to subject any student of MCL for some risks that are related to data privacy now na ang internet ay talagang nagagamit, no, to in our privacy. Okay, another is the MCL athletic scholars. By August 3 will be already sending you email notifications. So yung mga coaches ninyo, may mga nirekomenda from the roster ng dating mga manlalaro na at nabigyan ng athletic scholarship. We'll have it approved na rin with the management. Okay? Now, as for sibling discount, we have mentioned here that the older siblings, student siblings, may now apply for the younger siblings discount by simply emailing Edelweiss Armando. Kayo dapat ang mag-initiate ito. So, if you know, alam mo, meron kang kapatid na mag-enroll na younger, email Edelweiss Armando, isi-send niya sa'yo yung sibling discount form. And then, once you already enroll, you will have to submit the proof of your payment para ma-evaluate natin kayo for your younger siblings. Alright, so siguro yan yung ating bibigyan ng emphasis, no? yes, we will still entertain emails inquiring kung sila ay pasok, no, sa pagiging Senior High School Academic Achievement Incentive grantee at saka College Academic Scholarship grantee. Pero please give us a leeway of siguro 2 to 3 days kasi we continue to send out, no, yung mga email notifications. Okay, we are right now, this is for incoming freshmen, no? We are right now coordinating with our senior high school department for the list of those students na merong academic honors. Kasi it's from their list na ating i-determine kung sino yung magiging tinatawag naman nating MCL DNA of Excellence Scholars natin. They will comprise the top 10% of all the graduates ng ating per program yon, per program or per strand pala pag senior high school. So say for example, ang graduate na ABMA ay 50, then ibig sabihin nun, 5 of them will become MCL DNA of Excellence Scholars. Hopefully they will avail of it. Of course, when they avail of it, they will apply for admission sa ating college department. Okay? Alright, so I think for the meantime, yan yung mga bagay na gusto kong ilinaw about our scholarships. Oh, by the way, before I forget, sa mga incoming rin natin, baka may mga nakikinig lang dyan, mga friends no, na dito mag-aaral, na senior high school student na MCL, meron din kayong loyalty discount just in case na hindi kayo mapasama sa MCL DNA of Excellence Scholarship, meron naman kayong MCL loyalty discount. So if you are enrolling with us, you just email the admissions office or even the Student Affairs Office para maasikaso natin yung pagbibigay ng diskwento para sa inyo. Okay? And just in case na kayo ay honorary grantee and therefore kayo ay merong MCL DNA of Excellence Scholarship, that will already prevail. Hindi magpapatong yung MCL DNA of Excellence Scholarship and yung loyalty discount. Yung higher lang ang ating i-acknowledge. And usually yung DNA of Excellence ang higher scholarship in terms of benefits. Okay, if you have more questions about this, just type your questions, no? At we will be accommodating kung may mga tanong pa tayo dito. Alright, so I think, Sir James, for the meantime, that's about it. Yung ating i-share sa ating mga students.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, Sir Lito, for giving us updates on the scholarship. So, sabi naman yung mga proseso, sabi nga ay are requiring the submission of scholarship application earlier than the enrollment for sectioning because yung mga administrative procedures for the validation of scholarship that to be completed before the course sectioning. So please do your part in sending the documents for scholarship validation. Kailan po kaya namin malalaman ang procedure para sa graduating students? Kanina, mga 20 minutes ago, na-discuss na yung procedure for graduating students. No need to bother yourself on the clearance because we will be routing the list of graduating students for clearance. All you have to bother yourself is to check your 1MCL if you have financial accountabilities, if you recall that you have pending cases with the Student Affairs Office, meron pa kayong hindi napapasa mga thesis, capstone project documentation sa program chair at dean ninyo. Yun ang mga rason ba't hindi kayo makiklik. So, ang pinakamadali dyan, makipag-usap dun sa mga program chair ninyo para malaman nyo kung meron kayong deficiencies. Kung may utang kayo, makikita niyan sa 1MCL. So, hindi rason na hindi kami makausad sa, tawag ito, hindi kami makausad sa clearance dahil hindi namin alam kung cleared kami o hindi. So, I'm making myself clear, will be the one to round the list of graduates for clearance with the respective offices, and we will be notifying you kung kayo ay merong mga accountabilities. Ang sunod na tanong dyan, kailan? As I said earlier, you will only have your declaration of graduation this coming August 6. So, obviously, after August 6, meron na kayong feedback sa program chair ninyo kung kasama kayo doon sa list of graduates. Okay, so paano po ang procedure para makakuha ng TOR? I think we can also link here the online form for requesting documents at the Registrars Office. Okay. SHS, incoming grade 12, regular student po with no back or IP subject. Just like to clarify that our previous advisor will simply post our black or sections in 1MCL. Yes, definitely po. May guidelines na po tayo sa website about the enrollment of regular. Sino po yung regular students? Ito, minention na niya. No back subject, no failing grades, no IP grades in any of the courses. Kaya ang classification nyo po ay regular students. So definitely all you have to do is to wait for the loading, the preloading of courses to be done by your senior high school advisor. And you will see that in 1MCL. And pag nakita nyo na yung courses, nakita nyo na yung schedule, nakita nyo na yung assessment of fees, definitely po, you are good to enroll. And that way, we would like to ease up the enrollment process for senior high school because we're doing block sectioning for regular, for senior high school students. And I would like to request the parents and the old students as well to please avail our off-site payment channel facilities. We have Cebuana, Emlian, RCB. So para hindi na po kayo pupunta rito, lalo na yung mga incoming grade 12 na so convenient, you just have to wait for your preloading. You don't need to go to MCL because you can pay through the off-site payment channels. What about po sa status ng grad pick po ng December graduates? Okay. Meron na mga dumating na grad picks, kaya lang hindi pa sa kumpleto. Ito yung pinag-uusapan namin kayo ni Step noong umaga. May mga dumating na graduation photos, so the Alumni Center and the Registrars Office will be releasing them. Please wait for the date kasi ang nagpatagal dito yung mga frames. Take note that we are getting the photos and the frames sa Manila, and take note that they are still under GC. PQ. So, nung entire lockdown from March to June, hindi nag-ooperate yung mga suppliers na ito. Kaya na-pending din yung ating mga orders. But dumadating na sila pa konti-konti. Pasensya na kung medyo natagalan. We will be announcing the date when these photos will be released. Yan. Di ba po yung enlistment na nangyari, not usual na ginagawa sa 1MCL, pag nag-sectioning, paano mai-input yung mga na-enlist na binigay yung link sa 1MCL namin. Saan po namin pwede makita na okay na yung mga course na in-enlist for course sectioning. Take note, just for appreciation of our graduates, of our students, iba yung course enlistment sa course sectioning. Ang course enlistment ay survey. Survey ng ang mga courses na kukuhanin ng mga current students for the next enrollment. Hindi ito automatic na yung course na in-enlist ninyo ay mai-off. Hindi ito automatic na yung course na in-enlist ninyo ay mapapasok kayo dun sa mga sections na yon or mga courses na yon dahil iba nga yung course sectioning. So, yung tinatanong dito na paano may input yung na-enlist, definitely, during your course sectioning schedule, you need to open your 1MCL account to check the course offering. Okay. Kung kayo ay regular student, meaning to say, hindi sisira yung inyong curriculum, malaki ang tsansa na yung mga courses na in-enlist ninyo ay kasama sa course offering dahil yung mga ino-offer on a regular basis ay basta nakalagay sa curriculum. So, ibig sabihin, kung regular offering siya, that should be open for this particular enrollment period. Naman yung tanong, dahil nga iba yung proseso ngayon, doon papasok ngayon yung problema natin sa mga manggugulo doon sa course enlistment. Bakit? Kasi dahil nga iba yung sistema ngayon, it's an online form, baka mamaya pati yung mga courses na hindi naman, alam naman ng estudyante na hindi ma-offer for the next term, ay pinaglilista doon sa course enlistment. So, hindi natin maiiwasan yon definitely, pero I'm making myself clear na hindi yon ma-offer. Number one, kung hindi regular offering, at pangalawa, kung yon ay walang enough number of enrollees. Again, the course enlistment is just a kapag enlist for college, kung sarado na yung link, kasi po nag-set na tayo ng deadline last July 27, and we are now on the posting of course offerings in preparation for the course sectioning. Okay? So, kung napagsarahan kayo ng link at regular student naman kayo, hindi nyo na siguro kailangan maghabol doon sa course. Pero kung may mga specific courses na kailangan ninyong i-propose o sabihin sa department, sa college na buksan, kailangan ninyong mag-email sa inyong program chair for, and 13 units na lang po yung lumalabas na units considered sa grades namin sa 1MCL, pero before po 16 yon. Na bago po yata, are we still eligible for scholarship? Or there is an error lang po sa 1MCL. Para madali ito, iba-iba kasi ang case niyan. So, ang common case na na-encounter namin, yung may mga IP grades na ba yung mga units earned nila at saka units taken or yung remaining number of units. So, ang pinakamagandang suggestion dyan, paki-email ninyo yung help desk. Email helpdesk@mcl.edu.ph. Please state your student number, your complete name so that they can investigate if there are errors in your 1MCL. And please copy furnish registrar@mcl.edu.ph so that we can also check your records and validate the number of units remaining and taken. May photoshoot po ba ang graduating student? It's a management decision that we do not want to be a reason for graduating students to go to MCL for the photoshoot, sharing togas with one another and sharing COVID-19 infection. We do not want that to happen. That's why the administration decided to forego the photoshoot for this batch. But once the situation normalizes and we open the photoshoot for the next batch, yung mga previous batches will also be invited and that will be made optional to the previous batch. We understand that graduation is a milestone for everybody. Ang tawag dyan, WB, walang basagan ng trip. So, yung gusto mag-picture ay pwede magpa-picture hindi lang sa panahon ngayon because of the pandemic. Kailan po magsisend ng email notification for SHS voucher? Ayan, so na-reply na yan kayo. Nasagot na rin ni Sir Lito about the validation process. Makakapag-enlist po ba for college ang old student, incoming freshman kung sarado na yung link? Again, meron po tayong schedule and we have announced that already for the past 2 weeks. 1 week open yung course enlistment for the colleges. So, dahil nagsarado na po yan, kahit buksan ko yan ngayon, baka hindi na ma-count yung inyong mga responses dahil nakapag-decide na yung mga colleges on which courses to offer for the first term of AY 2020-2021. Is it possible to extend the days of enrollment for senior high school since MCL is closed on August 3? Bakit siya sarado ng August 3? Ayan. Take note po na we're talking of enrollment of senior high school students starting tomorrow until I think August 5, kung di ako nagkakamali. So, nabawasan po tayo ng isang araw yung August 3 dahil walang pasok ng Monday. But again, let me emphasize that we are encouraging off-site payment for enrollment. Ano po ang ibig sabihin? As I discussed earlier, mapopost na sa 1MCL yung loading, schedule and assessment ng grade 12 student starting tomorrow. So pag nakita niyo na po yan sa 1MCL, pwede na kayo magbayad sa Cebuana, Lumilier, sa Lumilier, sa Paymaya o sa RCBC. Pwedeng online, pwedeng over the counter. So baka hindi po issue yung walang office ang Monday sa MC. And allow me also to remind everyone that because of the GC, we are adjusting our operating hours from Tuesday to Saturday. So Tuesday to Friday, we're open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And Saturday, that's 9 a.m. to 12 noon. So adjusted po yung ating operating hours. I hope it will what? It will be part of us that as part of the new normal, we are adjusting the operations to follow the mandate and the directives of the government on precautionary measures against COVID-19. Paano po makontak yung Registrars Office? We have posted the contact numbers of our frontline offices. We have Registrars Office, Admissions Office, and Treasury Office. Nasa Facebook page po yan, nasa website po yan, kontakin nyo po yan. Sunod na follow-up dyan, hindi daw sumasagot. Make sure lang po that you are contacting our helplines during the operating hours of MCL. Okay? So, hindi po namin kayang maging 7-Eleven na 24/7 ay bukas. Di ba po? So, kami po ay nagpapaka-transparent about the operating hours. And we are giving you the helpline so that we can assist you kung ano po yung mga services na kailangan. Pero sundin po natin yung operating hours para hindi po tayo mag-expect na masasagot yung lahat ng mga concerns. Lalo na po yung mga tumatawag ng gabi. Ayan. So gusto nyo, hindi po tayo makaka-operate ng 24. Para po malinaw, let us follow our business operating hours. Again, Tuesday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12. Thank you, James, for answering our questions. No problem po. Makakapag-enroll po ba kapag hindi nakapag-enlist for college? Yes. We are that procedure for this enroll yung course enlistment po na through 1MCL dati pag hindi ka nag-participate you will be charged and you will be barred from doing course sectioning but for this enrollment period and we are testing the enrollment procedures we will allow po for you to do the course even without participation to course enlistment. So ano po ang naiiwang dahilan bakit hindi makakapag-course enlistment ang estudyante sa kanyang schedule? Kasi merong back account, financial accountability from the previous term. That's a system rule na hindi po kayo makakapag-course sectioning if there is a pending back account from the previous terms. So, para safe, one working day before your scheduled course sectioning, please settle your back account so that you can do remote enrollment via 1MCL. Kung kayo ay mag-off-site payment channel, mas safe 2 days before your scheduled course sectioning. Magbayad po tayo sa RCBC, M. Luwilier, Cebuana Luwilier, and so that your payments will be posted the next day. And meron pa kayong 1-day allowance para makita kung nakaka-access kayo ng 1MCL and you will be able to manage courses. Yung PayMaya, when you buy, when you pay through PayMaya, you can actually have your payment posted real time. So basta nag-good siya sa PayMaya, makikita nyo na kagad sa 1MCL na settled na yung mga charges. So yun yung advantage ng PayMaya. So the posting is real. May graduation ceremony po ba kahit virtual? For senior high school po, we conducted a survey last June. And ang nanalo po, ang mataas po ang results ay hindi. Walang virtual graduation. For college po, open naman tayo dyan. Makipag-ugnayan kayo sa mga program chair. And the program chairs will be making the representation to the academic council if their students would like to do virtual graduation. So, ano po yan? Gusto namin maging democratic sa proseso na yan. We want to be consultative to our stakeholders and we want to hear feedback from you if you want virtual graduation. Sana lang magawa natin in the next few weeks. Kasi take note, wala kayong grad pick. So baka mamaya mag-virtual graduation tayo ng mga pangalan tsaka degree nyo lang ang lumabas dun sa PowerPoint magalit pa kayo sa amin ni Sir Lito dahil sasabihin nyo walang value kasi wala kayong graduation picture. So yan ang mga dependencies. Yan yung napakadaming mga rason, napakadaming mga complications kung bakit hindi ganun kadaling mag-decide about having virtual graduation. So meron kang isang grupo ng mga estudyante na gusto mag-virtual graduation, gusto mag-grad pick. Meron ka ding isang grupo ng mga magulang ng mga estudyante na sasabihin ay pandemya na nga, iyan pa ba iisipin natin? So ang hirap balansehin yung napakaraming interest ng mga tao. But the management has come up with a decision na ang stand lagi natin dyan ay pro the safety of the general welfare. That's why yung mga unnecessary and other activities that may be deferred or postponed for the meantime, kagaya ng grad photo, kagaya ng graduation, yun po ang naging desisyon. But for virtual, again, you can do that through your organizations, through your program chairs, so that they can represent your interests, what you want in the academic council. Okay, so palagi ko wala ng tanong dito. We can proceed with my PowerPoint presentation on enrollment guidelines. So let us start with the senior high school muna. Actually, dire-diretso pala siya, yung CyberTalks presentation for enrollment reminders. So we'll be sharing the PowerPoint now so that you can be guided with the procedures. Again, please feel free to share your questions and queries via the live Q&A dito sa ating online meeting. This is CyberTalks 2020, an online meeting for our current students. Okay, important reminders for student enrollment. First term, school year 2020-2021. Next slide. Okay, so please take note that we are not changing any procedure or any policy on student enrollment. We are just tweaking some of it. That's why we are issuing these guidelines. And take note that this will only be implemented for first term enrollment this coming academic year 2020-2021. So, inuunahan ko na po kayo na posible na every trimester ay nagbabago-bago ang enrollment procedure for college. Posible na every semester, dahil semestral na ang senior high school, ay nagbabago-bago din yung magiging enrollment procedures natin. So, wag na kayo magulat, di ba? Wag na tayo magulat later. Dahil ina-announce ko ngayon na this is just temporary and there might be other procedures to be amended in the next term so that we can be proactive on the processing of student enrollment given the condition that we have now, that we are giving remote enrollment a chance and we want to promote offsite transactions for our new and old students. So let's start with the government directives and advisories on school year 2020-2021 opening. According to the Department of Education, for senior high school, we will be having a fully online school year 2020-2021. And if you listen to the State of the Nation address of the President last Monday, that's also the same pronouncement of the government that while there have been news that there could be limited face-to-face sessions in the future, that will not come earlier than January 2021. So, ano po ang expectation natin? We'll have a fully online academic year 2020-2021. The Commission on Higher Education, Advisory Number 7, states that the opening of classes for AY 2020-2021 for higher educational institutions like MCL shall be based on the institution's delivery mode, subject to compliance with the minimum health standards and the situation on the ground. That is why for the first term, expect po natin na fully online yung ating first term. Kaya po yung mga nagsusulong ng advokasya na no to, ang tawag doon, academic freeze, no child left behind. Medyo marami-rami uli kayong mapopost na hinanakit sa mga social media platforms dahil gobyerno na po ang nagsasabi na hindi ito possible, and we are just following that directive and that mandate to open the classes. Learning must continue with the health standards in place and taking into consideration the capability of the institution to deliver a fully online trimester. And if you tuned in earlier, the President, Dr. Reynaldo Bibea, has been very vocal and has been very optimistic about the capacity of the Mapua schools to deliver fully online education. Gusto ko lang hingin yung pangunawa, pasensya at pagsuporta ng ating mga mag-aaral at ng mga magulang na bigyan natin ng tsansa itong online learning na to kasi ito lang naman ang meron tayo sa ngayon. So yung mga nagsasabi na no child left behind, tama naman yan. Kami din naman ay naniniwala dyan. Naniniwala kami sa inclusive education. At naniniwala din kami na ang strategy or the best way to implement no child left behind is definitely not to make all children be left behind. Di ba? Minsan kasi ganun eh. Kung gusto natin no child left behind, ibig sabihin, sabay-sabay tayo, wag umusan. Hindi naman po pwedeng ganon. So, walang basagan ng trip. Yung po ay personal opinion ko, I might be wrong, but we have conducted a lot of consultations already with our students, and we are given a big number of students who would like to give remote learning, online learning a chance. Sabi ko nga, baka yun lang ang solusyon, give chance. Why? Because when we give chance, we are always willing to be flexible and to adjust so that we can give chance to that particular objective or initiative. So furthermore, in the COVID-19 Advisory Number 7 released last May 2020, higher education institutions using full online education can open anytime after May 31, 2020. Next slide na, Mia. Ayan. HEIs using flexible learning can open anytime in August 2020, and HEIs using significant face-to-face or in-person mode can open no earlier than September 1, 2020. For Malayan Colleges Laguna, we are opening the school year for both senior high and college this coming August 17, 2020. So, yeah. So please take note. Next slide. Enrollment transactions via email. Dati kasi nasana yung ating mga estudyante na para mag-enroll, pupunta sa program chair for advising, pipila sa registrar, pipila sa treasury. Ngayon, maraming mga enrollment transactions na gagawin lang natin via email. And because of our data privacy protection measures, we will be requiring the use of MCL live email account for all enrollment-related transactions and communications with your respective deans and program chairs, specifically doon sa mga advising concerns, petitions, and other enrollment-related activities. And let me grab this opportunity to remind everyone to please safeguard access to MCL-issued accounts, such as one MCL live account and other MCL-issued accounts. So, hindi po kasi natin pwedeng gawing rason later na may iba kasing nag-enroll sa akin, ginamit yung password ko, yun naman pala binigay mo. Kasi ayaw mong gumising ng maaga during course sectioning, so pina-access mo yung 1MCL mo para dalawa kayong i-enroll dun sa section na yon. Tapos, magkaklase kayo. Marami kami mga ganun nakukuhang request eh. Nadamay pa yung pandemya eh. Mabigat daw ang mga challenges during the pandemic. Kaya kailangan magkaklase sila. Sabi ko, what's the value online? Diba? Hindi naman kayo magkikita. So, virtual companionship. Diba? So, sabi ko, baka hindi yan kailangan. So, wag natin pong gawin yon. We're following data privacy law. And it's everybody's responsibility to safeguard access to our MCL-issued accounts. Kaya wag po tayong mag-share ng passwords at saka ng mga account para hindi ito ma-compromise. Mamaya magugulat na lang kayo, may utang kayo napakalaki sa 1MCL kasi pala yung pinag-share mo ng password, pinag-enroll ng mga courses kahit hindi mo program. Ginulugulo yung schedule mo dahil nagka-LQ kayo. Napakahirap po ng ganon. Tapos magsusumbong ka sa akin at sasabihin ko, sino ba ang may kasalanan? Binigay mo yung password mo. So, let us be clear with that. Let us be responsible in the IT resources that were issued to us. And baka hindi nyo pinapansin to, nasa website natin, we are guided by the MCL's acceptable use policy of IT resources that also include the 1MCL and live accounts na gagamitin ng mga students. So please take time to read the acceptable use policy of IT resources posted in the MCL website. Definitely, you will be required to use your email on this policy. Enrollment, we are promising, that's for college and senior high, request for course sectioning, if not through 1MCL, that's for college. Request for revision of course load, again, required endorsement from college, kaya kailangan mag-email, petition to open a class, request for study overload, request to enroll with prerequisite issues, request for documents from the Registrars Office, and all other enrollment-related procedures. So, yan po yung mga paggagamitan ng 1MCL at saka ng paggamit ng MCL Live email account. Important dates for senior high school enrollment. Tomorrow, July 31, will be the start of enrollment for regular senior high school students. Ito po ay grade 12. Para po dun sa ating mga excited na incoming grade 11 student, hindi po kayo kasali dyan. Baka mamaya may mag-i-email uli sa akin tsaka kay Sir dito. Kasali po ba kami dun sa mag-e-enroll bukas kasi regular SHS kami? Hindi po kasi ang enrollment ng new students ay matagal nang naumpisahan. So yung July 31 actually refers to the enrollment for regular senior high school students. August 2020, August 4, last day of enrollment for regular senior high school students again. While August 3, Monday, is a non-office day for MCL, you can do your transactions remotely because the courses are preloaded and you can pay via Paymaya and other off-site payment facilities. And August 8 to 14, you'll have the enrollment for senior high school student with course load advising. Para hindi po magkalituhan, sino po yung regular at saka yung students requiring course load advising. Next slide. Yung regular students are those who have no academic deficiencies in the previous terms who will receive their preloaded courses for grade 12 via 1MCL automatically. Meaning hindi nila kailangan mag-request, naka-preload yan ng mga senior high school advisors. While yung another group naman, ito yung nagkaroon ng academic deficiencies or failing grades in the past and course load advising is required. Ano ang gagawin? Kailangan ninyong mag-email sa inyong mga cluster coordinator or senior high school principal so that you can be properly advised on which courses to take for the grade 12. So malinaw tayo kung sino yung dalawang grupo ng mga estudyante. Kaya again, next slide. Take note of the important dates for enrollment. We have posted this already in our website and in our Facebook page. Next. So what are the steps for enrollment of regular students? Simple. I-check yung 1MCL, that's step 1, and step 2, magbayad. Next naman, yung mga students with course load advising, 3 steps, pero may typo error ulit, step 1, step 2, step 2 ulit, step 3 yung huli. Course load advising via email, ask your teachers, your advisors about which courses to enroll. Then, kapag nag-agree na kayo, the advisors will be preloading the courses. That's step 2, and the step 3 will be the payment of matriculation fees through our off-site payment facilities. Or if ever you prefer to pay via the Treasury Office over the counter, all you have to do is to set an appointment because all on-site transactions here at MCL are required to have an approved appointment. Okay? So take note natin yung ating mga reminders na yan para hindi tayo malito sa proseso ng enrollment. So yung mga grade 12 students natin, naintindihan namin na excited na rin kayo mag-enroll. So I would like to make an appeal for the students who are to follow the enrollment schedule. No advance enrollment will be allowed. The use of MCL Live email account is required. Dahil sabi ni Kim, ay bawal lumabas. Pwede ang proxy enrollment transaction by your parents. Dahil kayo lang ang pwede, yung mga parents lang po ang pwede pumunta rito for on-site enrollment transactions. So, please just set an appointment via our website and the Facebook page. Okay. Yan, meron pala akong supporter dito. Those who want to push through online learning should be heard too. Ayan nga, tama po yan. Just want to share the sentiments of our new students. Dati ng mga May, June, yun ang sinasabi, hindi kami matuto sa online learning. So the school is trying to figure out how to shift, or rather how to reshift or go back to blended learning. Pinipilit namin i-prepare lahat for blended learning para pag sinabi ng gobyerno na sige, bukas na, pasok na tayo sa blended learning. Ready yung school. Abang, natanggap namin mga email from the new students and their parents ay, teka lang, parang mas ayaw namin muna ngayon ng blended learning because of the uncertainty. And medyo mas marami ngayon yung nagpo-push ng online learning. Kaya nga ang sabi ko ay, kung ang laging tanong natin ay, are we prepared? Are we ready? Ano yung sabi kanina sa ANC interview? Ano yung question ni Cathy? Are we ready culture-wise and infrastructure-wise? Ang lagi kong sagot dyan sa viewpoints ay, we can never be ready if we are not going to start right away. And we better start now because wala ka namang ibang options. Okay? So, yun po. So, thank you very much for sharing the same opinion. Sabi ko nga, I might be wrong, but for now, that's the choice that the school is pushing for sa aming mga new students and current students. So, again, we're bound to follow the IATF and the government restrictions on mass gatherings. That's why even the enrollment transactions are highly limited. That's why we are requiring an approved appointment for our students and parents who would like to do transactions here. Important dates for college enrollment. So yung mga senior high na nandito, if you have concerns, please feel free to ask questions or send feedback via the live event Q&A. So last July 17 to 26, we had the course enlistment already, and we have done that to an online form per college. And again, the course enlistment is just a survey on which courses to be offered for the next term. And we want to hear the students. While we are committed to offer the regular course offerings, definitely, gusto namin marinig yung ibang mga students na baka may mga concerns on which courses to take. That's why we are having the course enlistment. Next slide, course and program advising for shifters. So I have received a lot of emails and calls from our shifters saying that hindi pa po lumalabas yung curriculum namin sa 1MCL para kami magko-course enlistment. Kaya ang sabi ko, you may not participate in the course enlistment because mas maganda that you are properly advised by the program chair in the next enrollment season, which is ngayon, para mas tama yung mga makuha yung courses and schedule. So these are our dates for first year enrollment, first term enrollment for our current students. Take note that course sectioning is via 1MCL. These are the dates. We'll have online course sectioning for batch 2019, this coming August 5. Batch 2018 po ang mag-course sectioning ng August 6 and August 7, online course sectioning for batch 2017 and prior. Again, that's online. Kung dati po ay pumupunta kayo sa 1MCL, pumipila sa room 209, 210 para mag-enlist, mag-encode. Wala po tayong encoding centers ngayon dahil bawal nga po ang mga gatherings ng students. That's why all course sectioning will happen via 1MCL. Take note also that we set an earlier deadline for the submission of application for scholarships ay August 1. I think na-discuss na kayo na ni Sir Lito yung procedure for sending your requirements for scholarship validation. Our deadline is August 1, and the commitment of the SAU, Student Affairs Office, is that they will be emailing already the qualified scholarship recipients para magamit nyo na at ma-validate na natin yung scholarship. At pag nakita nyo sa 1MCL ay applied na yung discounts at yung value ng scholarship for this first term AY 2020-2021. Next slide. Ayan. Ito, ano to, mabenta to lagi. Every enrollment period. Revision of course load. In the previous terms, our students have been used to doing course revision through the one-stop enrollment services hub that we are setting up. Previously, we were setting up sa ating Francisco Balagtas Auditorium. Unfortunately, hindi natin magagawa ngayon yan, pero hindi namin kayo sinasabihan na bawal mag-revise ng load. Meron nga lang prosesong susundin, and that is by seeking the endorsement of your program chair or dean. So, baka sumama yung loob ng iba. Bakit dati? Ang revision of course load ay parang KFC gravy. Bottomless. Di ba? Bakit ngayon parang ang hirap? Dadaan kayo sa program chair o sa dean. Talaga. Bakit? Kasi bottomless pa rin naman yan kung yung revision of course load ay gagawin ninyo during the course sectioning schedule assigned to you. Maghapon yun. Kahit every 2 minutes, lumipat kayo ng section, mag-add remove kayo ng course through the managed section of 1MCL, magagawa nyo yan. Pero pag natapos yung course sectioning ninyo, at kailangan nyo pa rin mag-revise ng course load, i-require na natin na may endorsement ng program chair at dean. Bakit? Dahil hindi na tayo matatapos sa enrollment kung every 5 minutes nagbabago ng isip yung mga estudyante. Diba? So yan lagi namin problema sa Registrars Office. 6 na araw na yung load, hindi pa pina-finalize. Tapos pipila para lang magpa-finalize, tapos magagalit, sisisihin yung buong enrollment system, di ba? So napakahirap naman ng ganon. So lagyan natin ng order, lagyan natin ng time frame, linawin natin kung ano yung mga transaksyon na pwedeng gawin ng bottomless. At pagkatapos ng bottomless na yon, definitely kailangan na nating i-restrict so that we can move forward. That's why from August 5, 6, 7, you can do limitless course sectioning and revision of course load given your assigned schedule. But starting August 8 to 14, you need to get the endorsement of your program chair via email if there are changes in your course loading. Next slide. Yan. So, ang steps natin for revision of course load during, or rather this coming August 8 to 14, magre-request ng revision of course load. Then, i-email ng program chair ang Registrars Office about the load revision, and we will confirm to the student through the payment instruction that your load has been revised. Kaya yung mga estudyante po natin dito, huwag tayong direktang mag-email sa Registrar's Office tapos magagalit tayo na hindi pinaprocess. Kasi ipaprocess lang yan ng Registrar's Office kung merong endorsement from the college. Huwag po nating i-bypass yung ating mga program chairs and deans. Next slide. Students who have requested for revision of course load are required to monitor the revised loading in 1MCL and pay the adjusted fees during the prescription period. So, akala ko ba mag-i-email? Okay? Minsan kasi may mga taong gano'n, yung mahilig maghintay eh. Meron din naman mga taong kagaya ko na inip maghintay. So, ano ang pwedeng gawin dyan? Bantayan natin yung 1MCL. Kasi pag nakita mo sa 1MCL, may load na. Hindi pa nako-compose ng Registrar's Office yung email, alam mo na pwede ka nang magbayad. Okay, so dalawa ang ating communications channel. Number 1, 1MCL. Pangalawa, email. Okay, so yun. Para mabilis tayo, gawa natin ng sistema, gawa natin ng responsibility ang bawat isa. para hindi tayo nagsisisihan later kung bakit ilang araw na ay hindi pa tayo nakakakuha ng request natin for revision of course load. Next slide. Okay. We also understand that there are cases wherein the course that the students, a group of students would like to take for the first term is not offered. So ano ang kailangan niyang gawin? Meron tayo diyang proseso, yung tinatawag na petition for special classes, wherein with the endorsement of the program chair and the dean, we will be opening tutorial, which is one of the special classes para doon sa mga estudyante na gusto mag-petition. Kadalasan na nagpe-petition ay yung mga graduating at yung mga atat. Pero ang na-aprobahan lang yung mga hindi atat. Kaya anong ibig sabihin? Hintayin nyo na lang na ma-offer yung mga courses. Bakit? Normally yung special classes, mahal. Mahal yan. So, wag na nating hintayin na mapapagastos tayo dahil lang di natin mahintay yung offering. O kaya dahil gusto nating makijoin doon sa mga nag-enroll sa special classes. Kung mahihintay natin yung course na yon na i-offer on a regular term, timingan natin para hindi tayo mapagastos ng hindi naman kailangan. Pero yung mga graduating, dyan naman, isa sa mga dahilan niyang special classes na yan ay hindi business, kundi dahil doon sa mga sinusulong na no child left behind. Di ba? Para hindi naman mahuli yung mga bata na makagraduate on time at willing namang magbayad. So, pinepetition yan for special classes. Huwag din sasama yung loob ng mga students na yung mga program chair at dean minsan hindi ine-endorse yung mga pagbubukas ng special classes. Dahil yung mga deans and program chairs, ayaw din niya mga yan. We share the same sentiment. Ayaw namin kayo mapagastos ng hindi naman necessary. Ayaw naman namin na kinukuha nyo lang yung course na yan dahil gusto ninyong maglibang sa panahon na ito. Hindi pwede yon. As much as possible, hindi pinapayagan yon. Lalo na kung yung course na yon ay bubuksan din naman sa mga susunod na term. Kaya ang follow-up question nyo dyan, paano naman namin malalaman kung i-offer next term? Kaya mag-consult. Magpa-advise sa program chair at sa dean para malaman kung i-offer siya sa mga susunod na trimesters. Sir, for college students, sa mismong araw din po ba ng sectioning ang pagbabayad namin? Mas maganda. Sapagkat ang ating enrollment procedures ay natatapos pag kayo ay nagbayad sa matriculation fees. So, wala ka nang aalalahanin kung meron ka rin naman pambayad sa araw na yon at hindi naman ganong kalaking abala na mag-settle na ng payment on the day of your course sectioning, mas maganda. But you are actually given a grace period of 48 hours to make the payment. Lalo na ngayon na mas madali. You can pay through our offsite payment channels, Cebuana Luwilier, M. Luwilier, Paymaya, and RCBC. Hindi mo nga kailangan timingan yung oras ng pagbubukas ng bangko eh. Kasi kung may RCBC online banking ka, mababayaran mo yan. Kung ikaw ay merong Paymaya, through 1MCL, mababayaran mo yan. Kahit nga wala kang Paymaya. Basta ikaw ay merong ATM, debit or credit card na merong MasterCard or Visa logo, just log in sa 1MCL o sa parent portal kung parents ang magbabayad, and you can settle the fees right away 24/7 and the posting of payments is real time. Okay? So sana po nasagot ko yung tanong na yon on the payment of matriculation fees after course sectioning. These are our steps for enrollment. Step 1, application for special classes kung gusto mag-file ng tutorial request. Endorsement to the Registrars Office by the program chair or dean. Then you will receive a revised load from the RO or at least the payment instruction so that you can settle the fees, which is step 4. But again, another option for you not to keep yourselves waiting for the email of the Registrar's Office is to check your 1MCL regularly so that you can, you will know that your load has been revised and the tutorial courses have been approved. So yun ang palatandaan na na-approve yung special class o yung tutorial class kapag ka lumabas sa 1MCL yung load ninyo with the courses that you have requested. Okay? Next slide. So yan, paalala ulit, scholarship validation is until August 1, 2020. Kung may mga concerns dyan, please email the registrars or rather the Student Affairs Office so that they can assist you on the scholarship validation. Okay? Next slide. Request for late enrollment. Just the same, we will be requiring the endorsement of the college kung kayo ay papayagang mag-enroll ng late. Huwag magagalit sa program chair o dean, ba't hindi pinayagang mag-enroll ng late? Meron kasing directive from us na kung ang bata ay malilate, enrollee, at madedeprive siya ng napakaraming activities online at magiging dahilan ng pagbagsak sa course, huwag na payagang mag-enroll. Kaya yung mga program chairs ninyo, ang basehan nila, number 1, gaano ba ka-late yung bata? Pangalawa, ano ba yung profile ng student? Kaya ba niyang humabol? So kung hindi kaya humabol ng bata, best judgment yan ng program chair at dean para wag nang papahabulin yung bata, wag nang pa-joinin, otherwise magkakasamaan lang ng loob dahil bumagsak din sa dulo. Okay? Kung August 8 pa ba ang sectioning at pagbabayad, hindi po ba ang deadline ng enrollment ay hanggang katapusan lang ng July? Ay, nalito ito. Yung katapusan ng July ay last day of enrollment for new students. Di ba? New student. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin ay old students, kaya wag po kayong malito doon sa end of July na deadline. Yan. Magre-release po ba ng list for graduating students na pasok sa Latin Honors? Kausapin niyo po yung program chair ninyo kasi sila ang nagbibigay ng recommendation kung sino ang mga honor graduates. So please inquire with your program chair. Pag kinonfirm na ng program chair, mag-send kayo ng document request sa Registrars Office if you want a certification for being an honor graduate. Okay, ginagawa po natin yan. Mahirap po kasing mag-post ng mga honors, for example, at mga list of students ng graduates because of the data privacy restrictions that Sir Lito Platino mentioned earlier. Next slide. Classes will start this coming August 17, again, 2020 for both senior high and college. Next slide. Ayan. So, late enrollment fee will be charged to the following: enrollment after the given schedule. That's the given schedule for course sectioning. Failure to participate in the course enlistment. Ito, waive na to. Waive na yan. Yung failure to participate in the course enlistment. Course sectioning and the enrollment starting August 8, 2020 for college and August 15, 2020 for senior high school. Next. Online course sectioning. Next slide. Students are highly encouraged to use 1MCL for the selection of courses to enroll for the current term. Nakakalungkot man po, but our system does not allow the enrollment of students with outstanding financial accountabilities o yung tinatawag na may mga back accounts. That's why we are encouraging all students to check your 1MCL account. And if you have unsettled charges, please settle those before August 3, 2020. Next slide. Next slide. So, yung special classes are subject to the approval of the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Let's now proceed to the payment of school fees. We have the following offsite payment centers. M. Luwilier, Cebuano Luwilier, RCBC, Paymaya. You can do that via 1MCL and parent portal. Paalala lang po, yung mga nagbabayad sa Cebuano Luwilier, RCBC, M. Luwilier, 24 hours po ang posting ng payment. So pag nagbayad kayo ngayon, bukas, ma-credit yung inyong payment sa ating treasury system. Pero kung Paymaya ang ginamit ninyo sa pagbabayad, real time yan, immediately your payment is posted. Okay? Next slide. Hanggang kailan po ang enrollment for old student na incoming freshman college? Okay. Hanggang kailan? So technically, it's until, pero incoming freshman college eh. So ibig sabihin, new student ito. We are encouraging you to enroll until July 31, bukas. Old student na incoming freshman college. So senior high natin, ibig sabihin. Sige, safe. Will be August 17, the start of classes. Bakit? Ang problema kasi dyan, pag napuno yung mga sections, bawa ngayon, civil engineering, 40 na yung pangalawang section. Sana kung sabay-sabay, bukas, mag-enroll 40 ulit, di ba? Eh, paano kung mag-enroll bukas 41, kasi di na nadagdagan. Yung isa na yon pwede mapagsaraduan ng slot. Kaya wag tayong mag-guessing game, mag-waiting game. Kung may dokumento, may pambayad, walang rason eh. Di ba sir? Walang rason para binin yan eh. I-delay. Yeah, so pwede na kayo magbayad actually immediately. And that's good news for our old students. Our Office of the Vice President for Finance just approved one initiative for this school year for old students. Gayahin natin yung mga school sa tabi-tabi. 5,000 lang enroll ka na. May mga ganun eh. 5,000 lang enrolled ka na. Ayan. So we are accepting a minimal down payment of 5,000 pesos if you are enrolling for the next term. That's for old or current students. Ano gagawin ninyo? Yan nga lang, kailangan natin ng on-site enrollment because there are some papers that you need to sign, including a promissory note. So please wait for your appointment sa on-site enrollment and pupunta na po kayo dito para magbayad, para mag-execute ng required forms and documents and pay the 5,000 initial down payment. Ayan. So, yung FAQs natin ay posted sa website and most of the FAQs ay sinasagot ko rin kanina during the meeting. By the way, the recording of these CyberTalks for July 30, 2020 will be posted in our YouTube channel and also in our Facebook page, yung link. So, makikita ninyo at mababalikan ninyo yung discussions natin for today. Hindi pa din nag-update yung IP grade ko sa 1MCL kahit nagawa na lahat ng requirements. Sino po ang dapat i-contact para mag-follow up? Kaya napakadali lang ng gagawin dyan talaga maghintay, di ba? Kasi yung mga teachers nyo, hinintay din kayo na magpasa ng requirements. Kung tutusin, dapat July 3, nagmamadali pala kayo, di sana nung July 3 ay pinasa ninyo yung mga requirements para umabot kayo doon sa cut-off ng third term. Pero dahil inavail ninyo yung IP na grade, nangangahulugan yan na hindi yan instant. Kasi magkakaroon yan ng another round of review process. So please wait for your IP grades to be encoded. As I said, to be fair, the teachers have waited also for your requirements to be submitted beyond the deadline. So para ma-manage yung ating expectations, fair is fair, hintayin po natin sa 1MCL. Ngayon, kung may mga issues kayo na matter of what? Super extra important, gagraduate, lilipat ng ibang school. Ayan, kausapin niyo yung principal kung senior high school kayo, kausapin niyo yung program chair or dean para malaman natin kung nasaan na yung status ng inyong IP grades. Okay? We're now in the new normal. That's why I would like to reiterate the calls of the administrators of MCL to all our current students and the parents to be cooperative with our system improvements, because that's one thing that we can always assure our stakeholders, that we are improving the system from time to time so that we can deliver what is expected from us. It's not a perfect system, kaya nga po tayo ay nagko-continuous quality improvement kasi hindi po ito perfect na system. And we are being flexible with the needs of the time. Kaya po hinihingi namin yung pangunawa ng mga magulang at ng mga mag-aaral para po dito sa mga bagay na ito. Okay? Pwede pa din po ba magbayad on-site ng old student? Yes, as long as you have an approved appointment. Okay, let's continue with the PowerPoint presentation, but let's skip the FAQs. Let's move to the helplines and the contact numbers and the appointment system. I-post lang natin para makita nila. Ayan. So, approved appointment is required for transactions sa Registrars Office, Treasury Office, and Admissions Office. Ito yung link. Makikita niyo rin sa ating website yung link sa online form for the transactions sa ating online offices. And our helplines, again, let us follow the business hours, Tuesdays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Para po yung expectation natin na masagot tayo, ay hindi tayo na-frustrate, na-disappoint dahil hindi nasagot yung ating text message ng 11:32 ng gabi. Eh, palagay ko naman ay wala nang gising na taga-registrar ng ganyang oras. Kung yan naman po ay padyudutihin ko ng hanggang midnight, ang magsasacrifice naman po ay yung kinabukasan na wala namang tumao sa Registrars Office dahil napuyat si Sia. Diba? So napakahirap naman po ng ganon. Tapos sabihin ng mga parents, di kumuha kayo ng mga empleyadong 24/7. Gusto po namin yan. Mag-hire kami ng mga 10 tao para maging 24/7 ang Treasury at Registrar's Office. Kaya lang, yung sweldo po noon, ipapataw namin sa tuition fee ninyo. Sasabihin ng mga nanay, wag na lang. Pwede naman pala ako mag-text ng Tuesdays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Yan. So yun po yung sinasabi ko kanina, that we are ensuring the stakeholders that we are very much proactive in communicating the things that we need to communicate to our parents and students. And the reason why we are posting our business hours is to manage the expectations. The reason why we are spending time for CyberTalks is because we want to engage our current students into a meaningful discussion about academic services and student services as well. Yung may mga concerns po sa 1MCL account, all you have to do is to email the help desk. The email address is helpdesk@mcl.edu.ph para po ma-check nila yung 1MCL account ninyo at ma-solve kung merong possible na technical error. Huwag pong sasama yung loob ninyo kung nag-email kayo sa registrar o nag-email kayo sa Treasury Office, tapos hindi masagot ni Registrar at ni Treasury Office yung concern ninyo sa 1MCL. Bakit? Again, data privacy po, dapat ang pagsisend ng personal information direkta kay help desk ay galing sa estudyante papunta sa kanila. Kapag ka po dumadaan yan sa iba't ibang offices, nakakaroon tayo ng breach sa data privacy compliance natin. Kaya gustuin man po namin na i-assist kayo, ang ginagawa po namin ay ituro yung mga estudyante sa tamang opisina na makakatulong sa kanilang mga concerns. Okay. Yun po bang course sectioning at course load revision ay para lang sa nakapagbayad at nakapagpasa na ng transaction slip through BBL. Yung pong mga nakapagpasa na ng transaction slip sa BBL ay new students. Hindi applicable ang course sectioning at course load revision sa new students. Itong CyberTalks ay para sa current students. Kaya wag po tayong malito. Iba-iba po yan. Yung viewpoints para sa new students and parents. Yung CyberTalks para sa old students and parents. Yung Cyber Lounge para sa parents ng new students and old students. Kaya yung mga naligaw po dito na nagtatanong tungkol sa transaction slip ay hindi po sa inyo yung course sectioning and course load revision. Para yan sa old students. Okay? So thank you very much for listening. We have close to 40 participants when we started. I think most of the questions were answered already. Sir Lito, Sir Christian, baka meron kayong pahabol to our listeners.
Sa panahon natin ito, our students, the most, nakapit ba? Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Sa panahon natin to, our dear students, the least that we should concern ourselves with is to be so engrossed with anxiety and concern about what's happening around us. We would like to encourage you as part of the MCL community to just keep on keeping on, be positive, stay positive. And if there's anything that we can do to keep that positivity, not positivity in terms of the COVID pandemic, no, but positivity in terms of being optimistic, being hopeful about our current situation, we will try to extend whatever assistance that we can do to the best of our ability, to the best efforts that we can do. And hopefully we can meet middle ground, no? Halfway sa mga bagay na ito. Because as Sir James has been explaining earlier, we can only do so much. May mga bagay na talagang kinakailangan nating matutong mag-wait. Pero may mga bagay na maaari namang nating i-follow up. At ang kailangan lang dyan, we direct the concerns to the right people. And we hope, no, na kung sakali man on our part ay parang you feel na parang burdensome ang panahon natin ngayon, lalo itong panahon ng pag-enroll natin, no, talagang we have to make do with online platforms. Then all that we need to do really is to make the proper adjustments, learn with us, bear with us, help one another, communicate, discern, and you can probably be of help to other people if you have heard and if you have learned something about what has been discussed today. You can share, no, the information to others as well para hindi naman madagdagan yung anxiety nila. Yun ang number one na kalaban natin sa panahon na ito. And if we can just be very optimistic about things, then for a fact, no, hindi tayo magbabalik sa dating situation. Iba na ang situation natin yan. Even if when we go to the MCL campus, marami kayong makikitang mga i-implement na pagbabago, mga limitations, because Not because that we're constrained to do this dahil sabi ng government, but it's our duty as a community to make sure that we're all safe. That's the number one concern. So, hopefully, as we cooperate, collaborate, no, connect with one another, we can catalyze a near future, no, that will be good for us. There will be many changes, no, that will take place. But if you will just continue to bear with us, be with us, and follow the lead that we're taking, we just pray that we can help you navigate in these very difficult times of learning. And matatapos din to. These things will come to an end. And for you, our dear parents who are listening right now, we are in this together. Kung ano po yung inyong nararamdaman. I've been answering lots of emails about the difficulties currently being experienced by our dear parents, no, concerning their current situation, financially and the like. Ipaalam lang po natin yung situation, and ang MCL po ay maaaring gumawa ng ways, no, by which yung financial burden can be eased up a little bit. In fact, nabanggit na nga po kanina ni Sir James na pwede po tayo makapag-enroll ngayon for just even paying the initial payment of 5,000 pesos. Yun po yung decision ng ating Chief Finance Officer, and it's meant really para lang talaga maisap yung burden. Hopefully, maitawid next month, no? Until ang blessing ng Panginoon, ang provision niya ay nandyan para ang ating po mga anak ay patuloy na makapag-aral. Ang assurance po namin, whether online, full online, or blended learning, MCL is continually committed to deliver the learning that we have promised and to provide that learning environment that will transform your children, our students, for a competitive edge, not only locally but also globally, and also as a human person. Hindi lamang naman po kami para sa pagkakaroon ng magandang trabaho ng inyong mga anak, kundi magandang kinabukasan in all aspects of life. So, maraming po salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagtangkilik, pagsubaybay. Patuloy po ito. Tignan nyo lang po yung mga schedules at sundan lang po ninyo. Baka marami pa kayong mga bagay na gusto itanong. We're doing this so that open po ang lines of communication natin. We can keep on connecting and identifying with one another. Maraming po salamat sa inyo at keep in touch, emails, private messaging, and the like. And even through this, direct na po agad yung makakatugon sa inyong mga concerns. Okay po. So, Sir, if you just that you would like to say then sa ating mga...
That was very well said, Sir Dean. Nothing to add.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen from the Student Affairs Office, for joining us for CyberTalks. Our next series will be this coming August 11, 2020. August 11, CyberTalks for current students. So hopefully by that time, nandoon na tayo sa mga enrollment transactions, August 11. Tapos na yung karamihan sa ating mga enrollment transactions. So, kaya magiging follow-up session will be this coming August 11, 2020. So, yun po, wala na mga concerns na natanong dito. Again, the recording will be posted in MCL's YouTube channel. Please subscribe and watch our videos there so that you can be updated in the series of discussions about academic and student services. Again, I'm James Ronald Messina. I've been your host for this CyberTalks. Ingat po kayo. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, and sana po ay may napulot po kayong mga updates on MCL as we surpass the limits in the new normal right here. Thank you very much.